Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ariel, if you're new here, which I'm sure you are because this is one of my first videos. I am Ariel, and today I am going to be doing what I like to call makeup roulette. So this is going to be something I'm doing at least once a month, and what it is I have a baggie here, a bag filled with other baggies, that each bag has a label, so like bronzer, blush, all like the different steps of my routine. And if I get a new product, I will write it down on a piece of paper and put it into the bag. So when I do makeup roulette, I will pull it out, I'll randomly pick whatever's in here, and then have to do a full makeup look with that. This is my way of using new products, but also utilizing old products in my routine. So what I'll do is once I use that product, I will take it out and put it like in a bin, like put the piece of paper in a bin, so then I can like actually rotate through all my products that I have. And this will also like give me a way of utilizing my old products so they don't get like lost in the shuffle, but it also helped me realize what products I actually really love and what products I don't really like. Because sometimes we keep products where we're like, I like that, and then I'll never reach for it again. So if I don't actually like it, it'll give me a way to like, I need to get rid of that. Or if I really love it, I can be like, oh, I forgot about that. So I don't have anything fancy. I just obviously put it in these bags. I don't know, maybe one day we'll get fancy with it. But first, what I'm going to do is put my hair up because I cannot do my makeup with my hair down. I envy those who can, but it bothers me and it gets in the way. I will have all of the products I use linked down below. And also, not all of my products necessarily are cohesive and go together, so we might end up with a funky lip combo and an eye combo. So it's the point of makeup roulette. You won't know what you're gonna get. Then this is the Dalba First Spray Serum for hydrated and radiant skin. It's a double layer serum enriched with white truffle. That spray wasn't even on me. Kind of let that sink in. Okay, let's first draw all of our products so I can make sure they're in front of me, so I can make sure that I use them. All right, first is bronzer. I love this bronzer. It's absolutely one of my favorites. But one thing I do want to do is I have the shade Malibu Muse, and I would really like to get the lighter shade because when I bought the shade, I thought it was the lightest, but I've just kind of been dealing with it because I love bronzer. What does it say? Highlighter. Well, I have a good chunk of highlighters. I have a couple that are actually discontinued. So let's see. Anastasia Glow Kit Nicole Guerriero. Speaking of discontinued, this highlighter kit. First of all, does anyone remember when Anastasia was like in their glow kit days? But I'm going to tell you, this was the best of their glow kits. There's none of their other glow kits could touch this one with a 10-foot pole. Contour. I only have 2 contours. I am definitely in the market to buy more, so if you have any contour suggestions, I would be more than happy. Oh, I picked them both. Right, left, right, left, right. Let's go left. I always go right, so let's go left. This is the Sephora contour stick primer. So this is an interesting category for me. Recently, I've been doing my makeup without primer because I've just been finding I like it better with skincare. Just using my skincare, so we will see if primer. This is the e.l.f. Powergrip. I've just been finding that I like my makeup more without primer, but I have purchased a handful of primers, hoping to find the magic primer solution, to really only find that it was skincare, but we're gonna use it because I have them all. Blush. I'm gonna need a better system than just these baggies, so if you have any suggestions, let me know. Milani Coral Cove. Ooh, yes. Oh, this is their Milani Coral Cove powder blush, like the one that looks like a rose. I'm gonna put all my used stuff in this baggie because I actually want to like rotate through my products. So it's makeup roulette, but like it will get smaller every time. Concealer. Got that right here. Mario Surreal Skin. This one I have a lot of. Eyeshadow. Eyeshadow is my favorite makeup category, hence why I have a lot of it. Tati Beauty Volume 1 palette. I love that palette so much. See, I love this palette, and since it's no longer in use, I can't get a new one, but I broke my mirror in one of my moves, and it makes me sad, but I love this palette. The next step is lippy. I also have a lot of lippies. I kept getting lippies, trying to find the perfect lippy for me when I kind of learned I'm not a lippy person. So, the NYX Lip IV in Hydra Honey. A nice, more neutral lippy, so that's good. We can kind of do whatever we want with our eyes. Makeup. I also never pulled out my Mario Surreal Skin. Y'all gotta tell me, hey Ariel, you forgot to pull out your Mario Surreal Skin. Here it is. I understand you can't tell me to pull it out because you're talking to me after the fact. Foundation. Foundation is definitely a category I want to expand in. And I will tell you, when I do expand, I put all my foundations together. My powder, my skin tints, my sticks. Like, I don't have my foundation separated. Like, when I say foundation, I mean base. The e.l.f. Soft Glam eyebrows. So this, I also put everything together. So if I get a product where I have to have another product with, I'll draw again. Benefit 24-hour brow setter. So like this, the 24-hour brow setter. This is not a color, so I'm going to draw another one and hope that I get like a pencil or something. Because I didn't want to break my brows into multiple categories. At least yet. The Kosas Brow Pop. Right here. Perfume. I thought that would be a fun thing to add because I don't wear my perfumes that often in my school and job field. It is kind of a no perfume zone, so I can really only do that on the days that I'm not. Nemat Vanilla Musk. Liner. Colourpop BFF Cream Gel in Sunnyvale. And Sunnyvale is the brown one. That's this one. I have a couple colors in that. Setting spray. Milani Make It Last. That's actually my favorite setting spray I have. I had a smaller bottle of it to try and I loved it. I went through it, so I bought the big one. Okay, last category is mascara. I'm gonna also have to remember because one of my, this is Achilles, this is my baby. Buxom Lash Mascara. This one I have in a mini. Here it is. So that skincare has definitely settled in. I'm going to do this in my like typical order. So I like to do my brows first. Because then if I make any mistakes, I can clean it up with my other products. So tell me below in the comments if you think that this is a good color for me or not. Like, do you think, like, can you tell if this is a bad color? Be like, Ariel, you gotta figure it out. Like, that's not your color, honey. Or be like, no, that's a perfect color. Achilles is trying to get on the desk. I film right in front of a window. And from our window, you can see, like, the trains and, like, the back of a little shopping center. So you get to see all the trucks, and he loves watching like the garbage trucks and semis. I will do my Powergrip because I want this to like sink in my skin before I do the thing while I do my eyes. Because I honestly don't really know if I like this. Like, I'm not a huge primer person, but I just mean like in general, I don't know if I really like, I feel like it doesn't actually help my makeup stay longer, and I am combo leaning oily, more oily. But also, please excuse like all of the breakouts I'm having right now. I am purging. I am finally at my highest level of tretinoin. So yeah, we are definitely purging. All right, I'm gonna use the LA Pro Conceal for my eyes. I like to have a base for my eyeshadow, and I'm of the side of you don't need a special eye primer, just use your concealer. I'm definitely on the hunt for like my favorite holy grail products because I recently turned 30. I am having like, I'm not mad at getting older, like we all get older. It's just more of like, there's so much changes that come with turning 30. Like, I've definitely noticed it. I'm just gonna take a big brush, and I just dip into my setting powder, and I set my eyeshadow primer or my concealer. Sometimes I'll also use, if there's like a nude color in my palette, I'll use that too sometimes. But it's just so many changes come with turning 30, and I've definitely noticed it in my skin. I've for sure noticed it in my skin. So excited. I have options with this palette. Just a fluffy brush, and I'm going to dip into the shade Aura. I'll do like a eyeshadow tutorial in case you do have this palette and you do want to do this. Thing is with Aura is definitely my skin tone, so this is just more to kind of lay a base because sometimes it can help your other shadows blend better. I'm going to dip into the color Soothe. These are all the mattes because they're all the same color, it's just depending on the finish. You have matte, sequin, metallic, and glitter. So I'm dipping into Soothe Matte. I always start on the outside and then work my way in because I want the most pigment on this because of like how my eye shape is. I want it to be darker, more pigmented on this side and lighter on this side because I want my eyes to look a little bit wider. And also I bring my eyeshadow up pretty high because my eyes are slightly hooded and one of my eyes does sag more. Yes, I know. I've been dealing with this my whole life. It's nothing new. So my eyes are never like even because like this one, it like sags more. Like the whole eye sags more, not just the eyelid. And then I just fan that in. And I'm holding my brush way back here because I don't need as much control. If you want more control of your brush, you hold it up here. Less control, you hold it back here because like look at how loose it is. But when you're holding it up here, it doesn't really move because I don't need to be specific where I'm laying this down. This is the other nice thing about not having your base done is one, if you have glitter, then you have any fallout, then you can just wipe it away. But two, you can kind of like clean up the eye shape to whatever eye shape you want. You know what? I am going to do the orange. I'm going to do, so that's the color Story. I'm going to take it's like a little more pinched, but it's still fluffy. I also need to just find better eyeshadow brushes. I haven't got new eyeshadow brushes in a while, but I did get these Morphe X Ariel brushes. I'm sorry, I miss the old Morphe brushes so much. Like this one, the old Morphe brushes. This is a Morphe E27. They were dupe for MAC brushes and they were so good. So now I'm holding it a little closer, whereas before I was holding way back here, but I'm not going all the way up to the front. So I'm holding it a little closer. And I'm laying the bulk of my color out here. And then I'm laying this into and just above my crease. Because I do my eyes. Because I have that hood. So like if I just laid it into my crease, you're not going to see it. Like it would just disappear. So I kind of go a little higher. And then blend. And then I also like to kind of compare back and forth. Raise my eyelids, drop my eyelids. Kind of see where I'm at. Because also like I don't want to just blend it here and then like I close my eyes and have there be this like dead spot. So like I want to raise and make sure there is shadow here. This is my favorite way to do my eyeshadow. Also, this is definitely a thing you have to trust the process. You gotta trust the process. Now I am going to take a very fine brush and I'm going to dip into the shade Ritual, the matte, which is the dark brown. And this I'm going to be a lot more precise. So I'm holding my brush closer because I just want this in just my outer corner. I gotta make sure I stay in frame. So I'm just putting this in a V in my outer corner. I'm like really focusing it here. And then I'll blend just a little bit into that orange. Look at the depth that this eye has compared to this eye. It gives that really nice. Beautiful. And another thing you can do, say you feel like you did too much. Like, I don't like the stark contrast that my orange has to my skin tone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip back into Soothe, but I'm going to mix it with Aura. Just kind of go back and forth. Tap off the excess. And I'm going to blend. You can always go back and blend, especially with good shadows. And I'm just going to take that back here and just make sure those colors are all blended beautifully together. This side. Also, obviously, like I'm going way out because I can fix that. I haven't done my base yet. Just look at like how much better this side is blended versus this side. See how you can see orange, brown, skin tone. Like this is more of like a gradient. It's not such a harsh gradient as this side. That is also just the better eye. Like, do you ever have a side that like the makeup always looks better on? Like this eyebrow always looks better. This eye always looks better. So next, I do my like liner before I do my sparkle because I don't want my liner that harsh. So I just am going to take a liner brush. This is also why I always like to have those dark browns and blacks on the palette. So I'm going to dip into the black Memory, the matte. And I'm going to just like lightly line the eye. So I close and stamp. See, it just gives you a little bit more definition. But so what I do is I bring it all the way in, which you absolutely do not have to. This can definitely make the look a little bit more harsh, a little bit more nighttime. But that's why I do this before I add on my sparkle. Because when you add on that sparkle or that lighter shade on the inside, it kind of takes away a little bit of that like bolder black line. I don't do a wing or anything because I'm 30 and I still have not figured out how to make a wing look good on my hooded eyes. I've watched all the tutorials. I don't know, I'll try again one day, but today's not that day. I think if you stamp versus rub, you deposit more color. So stamping deposits more. That's why on the outside I stamp my color on, then blend. So I have that. one thing you can do if you don't want any sparkle is you can take a flat brush. This one, I don't even know if Morphe sells this anymore. MAC. This is a MAC. Oh my gosh, it's rubbed off. It's a MAC 242 flat brush. You can stamp into like your skin tone color. And what you do is you just put this on the inside to like brighten up. Sometimes I'll do this and I won't add on any sparkle. And you put that on the inside and just look at how much now I just brightened the inside of my eyes versus the outside of my eyes. Oh, the sun is in a weird spot. But I do want some sparkle. I don't want the full-blown glitter. I love my glitters, but I don't want that right now. I'm going to actually dip into the metallics. This is this row. And I'm going to dip into Soothe because I want a little bit more of a golder color. And I almost always do my metallics with my fingers. I'll show you with the brush too, but... And I just focuses on like this first half of my eye. I'm not bringing my metallic out here for this look. I almost never do that. Beautiful. And then I usually have a tissue next to me so I can wipe off my finger. Another thing you can do is you take your brush, you dip into your color, so you have your color on the brush. And then you take your setting spray, whatever spray. You can lick your brush if you wanted to. I don't like to do that, but you can, they're your brushes. And then now that it's wet, it's going to show up a little bit more. It's going to be more metallic or more sparkly or more glittery because you got it wet. So it's going to stand out more. You can absolutely also skip this step. Or you can just go right into the step and not use your finger at all. Like, can you just see the difference between this eye and this eye? It just stands out a little bit more. Like, flip my brush and kind of just blend so I don't have any harsh sparkle lines. You can also, like, if you feel like your line is too harsh, kind of do like what I did on the outside. Take your fluffy brush and just kind of blend if you get too harsh of a line. Ooh, it's looking so good. Okay, I am going to pause on my eye makeup and go into my face and come back to my eyes. So it's gonna look a little crazy for a minute, and that's okay. Makeup wipe, sometimes I'll just use a wet towel. And then see, I kind of like sharpened that line a little bit. And any fallout I had or anything I got, like, I don't want this all the way under here because I'm gonna do my inner corner later. This new way of doing my makeup that I have fallen in love with, so I haven't tried it with this foundation yet, so I'm super excited to try it with this foundation. So what you do is, we have sprayed and prepped my face with the Dalba spray. So I'm going to take the e.l.f. Soft Glam. Okay. Put it on the back of my hand. Because I'm sorry, I don't like putting my foundation onto my face. My skincare, I don't do it like that. I always put it into my hands first. That's just me. That's a preference thing, but I just don't like it. Then what you do is you take that Dalba spray. You have to shake it up. Spray the brush. I'm going to use this brush as my favorite right now. F4 by Makeup by Mario brush, and you're going to spray it. Oops, I missed. Oops. Okay, so now, like, your brush is not soaked, okay? Then I'm going to dip into my foundation, and then tap this all over my face. I'm really I'm not brushing my face, okay? See, because like when you do that, you get harsh brush lines. I'm tapping this in. This technique has made me really I've been enjoying my foundation more recently by doing this. And also, it gives my foundation just a little bit, because I really like the semi-mattes because I'm more oily. Just gives it a little something. And I have a couple foundations that I did not like before, more popular ones, like the Anastasia new one and the Triclone House Labs one. And I've actually been liking them with doing this technique. And then I like to flip it over where it's fluffier. You could also just do this with the bigger side or your foundation brush. And I can see if I want any more coverage anywhere. Not a super full coverage girly. I kind of like when some of my imperfections show through. Okay, I don't think I'm going to do any more coverage. I'm just going to keep this like this. Okay. Now I'm going to do my concealer. No. So now you take your sponge. Oh, you spray. Also, I cannot take credit for this foundation technique. Johnny, he has a podcast, Beautiful and Bothered, and he's on all the socials. He is the one who I got this idea from. He showed these techniques of how to make like your foundation look more flawless. And what you're doing here is, say you had any extra foundation on your skin, so it was like looking heavy or just anything, you're picking up that foundation, but also your sponge gives you a nice blend. Put a little in here and just a swipe. Concealer brush. This is also a tip for like more mature skin. It gives you some hydration back. Just because you're oily does not mean you don't need hydration. A lot of times you can be oily and dehydrated. I don't think I needed that much. I forget what the Pro Conceal. You do not need that much. And this is another way you can kind of clean up that eyeshadow line. One thing I need to come to terms with is I need to stop going up so high under my eyes, because right now at least, I don't have very dark circles. It's just this inner corner. So I just need to learn to not, because I smile a lot. And when you smile a lot, you get these lines underneath. And there is no perfect technique to not get creasing. I've tried them all. I've tried them all to the T. I follow them all. If you're a creaser, you're gonna crease. You can't get rid of your creasing unless like you cosmetically get rid of the creases under your eyes. A concealer I want to try that can help with that, like the Maxine's Revenge, I think it's called. So maybe one day my color will be back in stock, because my color is, what's it called? Pale AF? Yeah, that's right. No, it's like fair or light cream or something like that. All I know is like I am the lightest shade in a lot of things. See, like this foundation is not sticking to my nose at all. I can tell you I'm not a super fan of this foundation. Beauty blend, just kind of. And then I will take my powder on a brush first, because one of the things I learned is you don't want to shock your system. So I've dipped into my powder. Kind of want to work the powder into the brush and then tap it underneath. this can help with the creasing and make it not look as bad. It's not going to get rid of the creasing, I'm telling you that right now. Take a puff. Then I have a bunch now in my cap. Don't just go straight to your face. Take that powder and kind of, so now it doesn't look like there's much on there. There's powder in there. And now really press in. Take my puff. And I will set the rest of my face. I do like this powder. I don't think it helps with my oils, like, and super longevity, but I do feel like it makes me look like my pores don't look as pronounced. I like to go in with my blush, because if my blush gets too much, my bronzer will help with that. I really like to do my blush. I will take my cosmetics brush, the double-ended one, or sometimes I'll just go in. That's why I love this brush, because I'll use this brush for everything. Dip into my blush. Yeah, I don't think this would be the color I would use with this eye look. I should have thought about that more. That's okay. You can see I love this bronzer. Oh, I didn't do my contour. Well, thing is, my contours are cream, and this can definitely be too dark, so I am going to, like, skip it. Actually, I'm going to take the back of my Mario F4 to kind of lay this down. Like, this is just a titch too dark. This might work better for me during the summer, but I'm not gonna lie, because I love how this blends in. It blends in beautifully. But like, I don't tan very much, so like I don't have winter and summer shades in anything because I don't tan, especially my face, because I wear a ton of sunscreen because I'm so pale. I could go outside for 10 minutes and I will be sunburned. Sometimes I'll bring my bronzer down my neck. Love this bronzer. It has like, I don't want to say shimmer because that sounds scary, but it has this like glow, like healthy glow to it. I'm going to go back into my eyes now. I am going to now take my under eye brush. This is a short and fluffy one. It's more pinched at the base, but it's fluffy up here, but it's short. I'm going to dip into the Soothe and bring that underneath here because I don't want orange under here. I just want the brown. Because if I bring too much orange or red or pink under my eyes, if I do it too much, I will look sick. This also helps, like, this line I felt like got a little too pronounced. So I'll bring that out. And I'm going to dip into the black Memory. So I'm going to line, not the inside of my eye, the outside of my eye on the line, but I'm only going to bring it about halfway. So like a third to halfway. I'm not going to bring it in. I do not want this line harsh. Stamp, stamp. Then I'm going to dip back into the brush. I didn't add anything to it. And I'm just going to kind of blend that a little bit. It's not as harsh of a line. And then typically what I would do, this is when I would do a nude liner, but since we grabbed the brown works too. Because another thing you can do if you want to make this a little bit more like nighttime smoky, you could just put black too, and it'll give you a lot more of a smoky look. Brown is kind of like a toned down black. I also technically didn't need to do that black since I am using brown. I forgot to set my brows. I like to set my brows after I've now like done the rest of my face. Oh, I'm a big fan of this mascara. Nobody talks about it. Like, look at that brush. It's fluffy and big, but it's like spiky. Very much a person to do my bottom lash line with shadow and mascara. I need the cohesiveness of the top to bottom. Now I'm going to go in with a second coat. My lashes are very blonde, very light. So if I don't do mascara, I look crazy, especially when I have my eyeshadow done. Looks so good. So it's also definitely not the cover foundation I would have used for how much I'm working out right now. And we did not pick a liner, so what I like about this is it's a nice square tip. Sometimes I'll overline. I'm not going to, just because I feel like I've looked so crazy with overlining recently. Okay. The fact that this lip looks really good with this eye makes me so happy. I like to put all of my like fun on my eyes and then kind of like mute out my lip more because my lips are so small. Sometimes I'll do this before, sometimes I'll do this after setting spray because like your face will be a little bit wet. But we're gonna dip into my glow kit. What's nice with this one is I have options. Forever Young. Remember, 2016 days. You were highlighting to the gods, and not gonna lie, I loved it. Like, oh. I miss when we had fun with makeup. I'm not knocking clean girly makeup at all, not even a little bit. That's your thing, that's your thing. I love it all. Like, I want it all on my face. Then you take your setting spray. So this is what's gonna help it set and stay all day. Then I have this cute fan I got from Disney. Oh. I got it in Epcot and she put my name, like that's my name. Isn't that so cool? Oh god, I miss doing my eye makeup like this. I trimmed my bangs last night and I trimmed them too short. I would have liked them a little bit longer, but it actually kind of works because you can see my eye makeup a little bit better. But what do we think? It's not my like best makeup look. Like, I definitely would have liked more coverage on the base, but that's okay. What do we think about this first makeup roulette? Do we like the idea of it? Like, do you like these? Well, it's kind of got like a mini tutorial. Let me know if you have any ideas how to like make this better or like make my baggies so they're not like so much baggies or anything like that. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. I had so much fun doing this makeup roulette, like kind of using some makeup that I haven't used in a while. I'm definitely gonna like pull back to the front of my like routine and stuff. But thank you so much for hanging out with me and I will see you in the next video. Bye.